threat
it's not revealing.
against
Yeah.
Acclaim.
As well as it's not revealing anything that Mineski might use as their strategy.
That's true. So that's their second rotation response. Meanwhile, let's talk about the bans though. Vayne, Lulu, Morgana, such respect bans against Acclaim Empire X. We know that Morgana has been used by Calculated and Canon, so that's a very practical ban. And the Vayne and the Lulu, they've always centered around this sort of pick, which is understandable kasi magaling si Gently dito sa Vayne. And the Lulu pick, we've seen Calculated use it really, really well as well.
But Calculated's, picks aren't just centered around the Morgana or the Lulu. There's also the Lux that we've seen
The
in
Lux.
the previous year.
Yeah, and don't forget the surprise Zillion pick.
Yeah.
Can Killian Zillion.
A zillion ways to.
A zillion ways to win for Acclaim. I mean, for.
But something that I'm a little, how do you say this, surprised that SE didn't do because they were first pick. Get the Zac for Colette.
That's true.
Colette in his recent, jungling champion pools, this has been one of his most successful junglers, and he has shown time and time again how strong that elastic slingshot is as an initiate tool, and he is fearless with that. He just goes in, gets the initiate, and then his teammate just goes in for the final blow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, siree. So, in response to that, also, you're giggling, there's also the Ezreal pick for Wind. Matagal na natin din nakikita in competitive play si Wind dahil dun nga sa PGS. After a few weeks, bumalik si Yume as the starter 5.
Yeah, I think it was just 2 weeks of Wind.
2 weeks na
being
wala
the
si
laner.
Wind.
Yeah.
So ngayon, we're gonna see him again, which is nice, no? Seeing him back into the competitive stage. And lalaroin niya ulit yung kanyang, that could be with EXO, or that could be a mid lane Ezreal. We don't know.
That could be the case, because before the reason why people go for the mid lane Ezreal was because of the Rage Blade, diba?
Yeah, the Ginsu Rage
Yeah,
Blade.
when you get, I believe, the 5 stacks and you use your
8
Mystic
stacks.
shot. 8 stacks. With your Mystic shot, you do get the AoE before, but then they hotfix it, or I think they patched it up so that it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, at least the normal attack thing is still there.
Yeah, so if you look at it at that kind of perspective, then the Ezreal would most likely be more of a singular damage dealer in the mid lane.
The reason why Ezreal was a problem kasi yung wave clear niya, and Ginsu solves that problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And then now with Ginsu, not having that effect anymore for Ezreal's Q, it might, I don't know.
I think
change
normal
its build.
attack is sort of wave clear-ish.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But it actually might go in for EXO because we do see the hover over the Ahri. But before we do check that, let's check at No to Pork Barrel's composition here. We do have a lot of initiations here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're after. There's also with Tristana being locked in, they can also aim for the rotations. And I think din nga, they love the mid game team fight to AEX, and I feel like they're gonna aim for that. And Lissandra top, we've seen TG. So that's gonna be a support trundle.
Yeah, I
And the
believe so. It is
Lisandra-
going to be support Trundle because that was my first guess already when they got the Trundle pick, because Kaigu on the Trundle is really really good. Yeah, he knows how to use the pillars to allow EXO before, when I think he was using a Vayne, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
or was it a Sivir that he would use the pillars just to allow EXO to go in range and then just dish out all of his damage.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And he also, kasi nakita naman natin kanina, nag-hover siya dun sa Kennen. And we've seen his Kennen pick dun sa
Yeah.
PGS. He has been using it recently.
It's all about those control supports.
Yeah,
Yeah.
terrain control as well. And that could be another Zillion pick. Parang they really want to play around with the Zillion again. Because
Yeah.
it worked super well. Lalo na yung last clash nila against Explicit Hardcore Gaming na naka 3-man stun si Calculated.
Mhm.
And it worked really well during the team fights. Pero, they have a Vladimir here.
Yeah, so looking into the composition of North to Pork Barrel, it's all about the dive. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, right?
Like when they hit that level 6 level, they're just gonna go in with the dives, get the initial kills, and then just translate that into tower position, because they have the best ADR to get the push on the towers
Yeah.
really, really fast. That is the Tristana with explosive charge, and then again, just so much safety actually with their dives as well. As the Malphite has the shield from his passive, the Zac has his, well, the Blob passive as well, and then the Sanguine Pool from the
Vladimir.
Vladimir, and of course the Unbreakable Wolf from the Alistar. There's just so much, brute force.
Yeah, so much frontline.
Yeah, and looking then dun sa damage nila into the late game, it would translate well in terms of this Tristana if she gets, her gold going, as well as okay magic damage with the Vladimir. Of course, the Vladimir has to be in range, to spam out all of his skills, and we'll see if this Malphite will go for that kind of hybrid AP damage dealer or just go for the full tank. Yeah.
Yeah. But then there is quite a mix of. Actually, there's more damage in magical damage in terms of.
In terms of Mineski's side.
Mineski's
side.
comp.
Yeah, exactly. Because they have the AP mage in the top lane as well as in the mid lane.
Yeah.
And then we also have the Ezreal. So this is a lot of poke coming in from Mineski, and then they have a lot of stopping potential as well. The only thing that I think, that Mineski has to worry about, even with their composition being a bit safe, to go for the counter engages with the pillar, stopping people from just walking right at you, the Ice Tomb of the Lysandra just catching
Yeah.
people off guard is the Malphite, because that ultimate cannot be stopped.
Yeah.
So when he sets up perfectly or just gets a 3-man stun, that's just so much follow up from his teammates that the Vladimir and then the Tristana can just do work in the backline, and then Mineski are just scattered and they can't do anything. So
Exactly.
Mineski have to, I feel, initiate before North of Pork Barrel here, but then as this game progresses, there's gonna be more damage in Mineski's side.
Yeah.
Assuming na
Oo.
na they get their spikes.
Yeah, that's the Ari, that's the Ezreal, and then the Lysandra. And, yeah, pero I kind of heard something about Vladimir. Parang the wind speaker?
Wind Speaker's Blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works on Vladimir.
Wind Speaker's Blessing is the
Oh, wait.
for the heal, right?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I think it will.
Yeah.
15%
No,
on
the
his-
other one that increases your heal with yourself. The
Per-
other mastery.
Perseverance or
And
wait.
the utility tree. The third
We'll
one.
get back to you on that. I can remember. Ang
Diba?
dami kasi nun eh.
Pero there's
Runic
that
Shield,
mastery.
There's
oo.
Runic Shield, there's also, yung sinasabi mo na nga, yeah.
Kasi may nabasa ko, it does amplify your damage kasi it heals you.
Mhm.
For some reason, it works by... It doesn't increase your healing, but it increases your damage that does healing to you. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
And then, let's see what Calculated does on this. I feel like he's trying to test a couple of things for their comp. And yeah, I'm super interested on how this game is gonna go. Pero as you said earlier, depende na lang kung sino ang mauuna dito sa pag-initiate. Dahil kung mauuna yung No to Pork Barrel, wala silang disengage. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Wala silang disengage.
The only thing that they can do if ever Pork Barrel goes in for the clash is try to re-engage na lang talaga, because they have that potential. Again, with the Lysandra having the
The lockdown, the
lockdown,
ice tomb.
yeah, and then the Moom, of course, having the Curse of the Sad Mummy. That's just such a good, tool for them to at least turn around the fight if ever that it is, Noto Pork Barrel who initiates the fights.
Yeah.
So again, guys, this is the Mineski Pro Gaming League Season 7. We are your casters for this evening. I am, of course, Asurai with an I, and alongside here with me is...
Riku.
Yes, and now we're into the loading screen, just waiting for these teams to load up into the Summoner's Rift. So again, this is a match between Mineski versus Noto Pork Barrel, which is, again, also Empire X. Acclaim
yeah.
Empire X, which is... These are both, Pro Gaming Series teams. If you watch the PGS, they're pretty awesome.
Yeah, they are. Very experienced teams. But of course, veteran na masyado tong Mineski. So let's see how No to Pork Barrel will deal with Mineski. Naglaban na ba yung Mineski and Empire X sa PGS? Parang hindi pa, no?
I think they have like 1 or 2 matches. Well,
I don't think so.
1 match maybe.
They haven't yet.
Well,
I don't...
You're the insider. You should have
No,
more.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll check the stats later, guys, to get back to you on that when we go into break. Just to clarify, because, well, the holiday season has numbed my brain.
Actually, no, parang Kunwari, pagbalik mo ng klase, parang, pwede
Ano,
pa
yeah, kaya nga.
extend.
Guys, dun sa mga college dyan or high school, may nagawa ba kayo sa semestral break nyo? Yung mga ang dami nakita
Yung
kong
mga
post.
take-home na assignment,
Yeah,
na
yung,
homework.
yung mga post nakatingin sila dun, wala akong nagawa sa semestral break namin ngayon.
Oo, procrastinating na lang. Pero kailan ba yung balik talaga ng classes? Di ba kahapon pa?
Other schools kahapon, January 4, and then I believe yung sa mga kagaya ng sa UP, January 17 pa.
Ang tagal!
Yeah, oo nga no.
Oo! Galing naman.
Alright guys, let's go into the Summoner's Drift. Again, this is the Mineski Pro Gaming League Season 7. This is a best of 3 match between Mineski versus No to Pork Barrels. Let's have a roll call of these teams. So in the blue side, we have Mineski at the top, and it's going to be TG with the Lysandra. In the jungle, Colette with the Amumu. In the mid lane, it's going to be Wind, Whoosh with that Ari. And in the bottom lane duo, we have EXO with the Ezreal, and Kaigu will be his Trundle support.
And for the red side, we have No to Pork Barrel in the top lane. Si Maximilian with the Malphite. In the jungle, we have Dam with the Zac. In the mid lane, we have Calculated. Dito with the Vladimir. And for the bottom lane duo, we have Gen V with the Tristana. And for the support, we have Canon as the Alistar.
I like that, Alistar.
Alistar.
Alright, so we're just waiting for these. I guess they're just, they're fixing their settings. It's always an important part of when you're gonna set up your game is that, you get the perfect resolution, the hotkeys fixed, because muscle memory man, if you don't have, those settings on your preferred, settings.
Oh, yes.
It's gonna be an awkward play for you.
Exactly. And then, wala, ma-awkward yung...
Yeah, yung paglaro mo din. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're starting off, and it looks like it's going to be just a regular, default opening here coming in from Mineski. Just checking out all entrances into their jungle, not allowing No to Pork Barrel to do any aggressive, deep lane, deep vision wards in the jungle, so that Amumu doesn't get hard countered, because Amumu really has a super weak jungling when you take out his blue buff.
Yeah. Mabilis ba siya mawala ng mana agad?
If you go for the
crying
the W,
skill,
the cry, he eats a lot of mana, but I've seen a lot of Amumu players go for the damage room. I believe that's the E, the one that does the slash.
Yeah.
Because every physical hit that you take, I think it cools down for 0.5 seconds. If it hasn't changed in the time that I've seen that effect, that's probably one of the the ways that you could go for an effective jungle Amumu, even if you do get, even if you don't get that blue buff.
The blue buff.
Yeah.
That's the safest choice. But all the buffs are guarded. They're all gonna start on standard positions. Nobody is gonna try anything. Walang lane swap.
So, in the meantime, in this mid lane, they do both have sustain, but Calculated has the easier to use sustain, because Ari, you have to get those skills stacking in order to get that Fortress turn green and then allow you to spell vamp. And then Calculated already has the initial spell vamp with his transformation. So I believe if Calculated just keeps going and trading with this a little bit, but in terms of the damage, it could go inside the because of how fast Ari dishes out the damage out.
Yeah, and don't forget though, Vladimir doesn't have mana. And Ari has to keep up and try the mana management while they wanna start something itong Mineski. Nain, si Gen V, and everybody seems to have
Thunderlords agree, or
yeah, Thunderlords. Everybody here.
Well, again, if you guys haven't checked out the patch yet, there was the nerf onto the Ferocity skill tree, so, and then the buff onto the other tree. I forgot the name. Oh my gosh.
Ferocity. Ferocity is the first
cunning,
one.
cunning.
Cunning.
Yeah, there we go. Because precision, the turn 4 on that, more damage, and he will just dash away. Back to what I was saying.
Okay.
The cunning mastery, precision. That's below Thunderlord's did get buffed as well. So you hit 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
And then Ferocity also got nerfed. So going in for the Cunning Mastery tree is a much more logical choice. So having that instant damage after the 3 hits with the Warriors but doesn't but checking out the supports, Kaigo actually going in for the grasp of the Undying. So you saw there, right? With 1 hit, he actually got the heal back. Yeah. So that's actually not a bad choice. But there's gonna be a gang here.
Wow.
Calculated.
That's a nice charm, but Gwyn doesn't have no mana at all. But the snow is there, even the Ignite. Calculated forced using Flash. Will Tom jump? Can jump in? Yes, he does. He does have double buff, but I guess no one will die there.
Yeah. He doesn't have enough damage to get the last one to Wind or TG having the flash. And if Calculated actually, tried to re-engage, he's pretty low, so he might have got insta-gibbed if he tries to rejoin Tam in that mid lane. Yeah, it was on cooldown. That's it. In lower ranks, that pull really has a long for like 20 plus seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So you can't go you can't go too risky as a Vladimir when you use that pool. I mean, it's pull and flash as your most defensive tools to use, and if you use both of those, you're just, a standing Hemomancer.
Hemomancer.
Yeah, it's
that's
not.
That's what you're gonna call him now.
Well, he's not a vampire. He controls blood. He doesn't suck it. He doesn't, like I'm Dracula.
Yeah, he doesn't. Oh, he does suck it in a way.
Yeah, it was transfusion, but then he blood bends it like Katara from Avatar.
So Avatar now. So from
blood bending. See, Hemomancer, bloodbender. Really can't call him a vampire. Maybe if he's using the.
But he's Vladimir. He's supposed to be a vampire.
Hemomancer. Like, I guess if you use the Nosferatu skin, that works out.
But the concept is still there. I know he doesn't.
I guess so.
Okay, why are we arguing?
I don't know. It's to keep people in the loop as well. So you guys there in Twitch, what do you think? Is Vladimir really a vampire, or do you agree with me that he is a Hemomancer?
I think the name gives it away. It's Vladimir.
Not, I guess so, but we'll see. I mean, come on. We'll see. We'll see what you guys think about that.
Okay.
So while that is happening, in the bottom lane is going to be Tam. Position is the assassin shot gets knocked up on the Exo, but Exo nicely done with the dash, or rather the pseudo flash away. Yeah, was able to. Oh, he was actually seer.
No.
Yeah, the reaction time from Exo is still on point after all these games. Nice.
So right now, nahihirapan yung mga jumpers na mag-jump. But obviously, kanina yung ginawa ni TG, that was an effective gunplay. Calculated ko lang yung flash. Although, that's understandable dahil Vladimir doesn't have any escape, unlike Wind later on. You have the Spirit Rush.
Yeah.
It's gonna be more mobile.
Yes. And in terms of the damage, unless Calculated can land his ultimate and then follow up with a lot of, spells. With the nice ultimate dodges the zap. There's but we'll get the first blood while that is happening. Bottom lane clash.
Oh no, looks like Gentry and Cannon wants to get away, and they will manage to do that. Pero nicely done by Kulit there, using the ultimate to lock and finish Calculated. That was great.
Yeah, so that was just great timing from both junglers actually. If only Tam hit his onto, or his knock up onto Wind, that might have been all that is happening in the bottom. Being a bit aggressive, but there's not yet damage in the pocket of Genji. Only has that Doran's Blade, so there's not going to be that much risk for Kaigo to do something like that.
I gotta say, dito sa bot lane, ang hirap rin ng gank dahil both AD carries have a way of escaping, and the supports have disengaged. Alistar has support, Pillar can delay the pursuer down. So this is a bot lane. Both bot lanes are trying to sort of kill.
Well, you could just say if that is the case, that the only way for you to actually get a kill is to follow up your CC perfectly when you get a stun or knock up with Alistar, you follow in with another knock up from Pam or from Maximilian. That's a situation for Mineski's side. It's, you know, the charm, and wow, that's a lot of damage onto Party Game. The end of the charm. Win! On point, skill shots all throughout.
So, the build path here is super different. Oh, hold that thought. That's Ignite being dropped down on the calculated. Meanwhile, why did he walk forward? I don't know why. But then, Mineski Kulit, is he gonna, does he have flash?
Kulit!
Ew!
Nice
Wow!
bandage toss coming out of Colette there.
That was max rage, bruh.
Yeah, bruh.
Bruh.
Yeah. Alam mo yung mga tipo na yung troll, bruh.
Bruh.
Yeah, I get that. But that is true. Max range bandage toss from Colette. Nicely done by him. Did that happen? No, just a little bit of trading in the top lane.
Yeah.
So I think the reason why Calculated moved forward was he was anticipating the orb of perception from Wind.
Ah.
And I'm pretty sure he didn't have vision of Colette there, so that was you know, go forward and then, oh, Colette's here.
Oops.
Oops. Bro.
Bruh. Then bruh happened. So, yeah, that was a Kulit actually doing a lot of pressure
In the mid lane.
in the mid lane, even trying to one. Pero Wind doing a great job here on his, I think, first game of competitive play for 2016. Calculated though, having a hard time. I guess that's very understandable kasi nga, I'm guessing the playstyle talaga dito ng low to pork barrel is always the mid lane fight. And right now, here comes a gang in the mid lane. Kulit manages to lock down Calculated, not being able to
Has
follow up
ultimate.
on Winning.
Oh!
Does have ultimate teleport will come up from top. That's TG going there, and that's a flash in. Will he go in? Yes, he does. Cam bounces back into the battle, and he has the passive still alive. That's 1 blob, 2 blobs, 4.
Oh no, the tower!
But the tower,
One more.
Kulit, actually, nice
Nice.
juggling.
Double
Good
knock-off!
fight, Maximilian with a double buff. Now he's chasing down TG. Guess not too far away. That's a double kill cleanup for Maximilian.
Mineski got baited by those blobs.
Yeah.
They took so much time that Maximilian had enough time to go into the mid lane with the double kill, but checking out how Mineski are playing right now with Colette, you know, the people where the resources of Mineski in terms of, you know, their players, they're going for a movement to always go into that mid lane because of how well an Ahri can spike in the mid game, as well as their top lane and bottom lane not actually needing any help, because checking out the stats as well as the aggression, it's all just balanced, except for the top lane where TG has a really good CS advantage against Maximilian. Got the details because, you know, Mineski just overstaying their welcome in that mid lane. But again, having the movement in the mid lane always has to, I think, signal to No to Pork Barrel to at least let Calculated play a little bit more passive, because he has been overextended in his lane. Like, you know, sa pinakagitna ng mid lane na yan, he's just a little bit more overextended, and that just allows Wind go for the charm, and then Colette follows up with a really nice bandage toss, and all the bandage toss that actually hits a lot of damage, but oh my god, so much damage onto Calculated. And bottom lane wise, here's Tam. He is positioning himself. Where is the board onto that bottom lane rush?
He moves forward. I just want to point out kanina about the build path with Vladimir. He actually delays his Frost Queen's claim because of how Wind is very, very painful right now. Like, he was forced to build defensively instead of getting his first item. Pero look at that, Ahri manages to complete his goals. And now he has the last one. But let's see here, they don't spawn Cam. Cam is ready to launch and lands on Kaigu. Pushes down to Arthur. Tinulak pa ulit ng isa. Pero andyan na si Kulit for the counter grab. Kaigu in trouble, but he manages to get away. And Ahri starts returning the mid lane, and that is a disengage for both teams.
I think Kaigu subjugated Cannon there when Cannon uses his unbreakable will. So Kaigu has a lot of tankiness. You saw there how many times he got knocked back into the bot tier 1 of No to Pork Barrel, like 3 times.
Wow.
There was the pulverize, the headbutt. There's the buster shot of their Chestana, as well as the ultimate of Tom, the Let's Bounce, and he still hasn't died. Granted, naka-respond na si Colette, but then he they took so long and they
Yeah.
didn't get to kill him. So Subjugate just doing so much work for Kaigo there in the bottom lane. They didn't even, relocate their damage onto Exo because Exo was just right beside him, trying to save Kaigo. So if they could have just gotten for Exo, it might have, had a better chance of killing him rather than Kaigo.
Exactly, and I would really love to comment Kulit's performance right now because he's everywhere. Every time AEX is there. He's there to save the day.
Yeah, and there's actually no vision for Mineski to support this playstyle from Colette. It's all about Colette knowing, I believe, having that Spire Sense tingling as well as probably just, checking out what kind of lane can a Zac actually gank that's gonna profit no to work well. That's only the mid lane or the bottom lane. He's so fit right now. 117 CS with a 1 kill on to win. And he has, like you said a while ago, Spirit Rush and Flash. So unless they have enough damage to get the kill onto the Ahri within just one elastic slingshot, and then one bounce of Let's Bounce, Ahri is going to be able to run away. And as for the bottom lane, well, it's just like you said, Colette having a really superior game sense in order to counter out Tam's aggression, and it's not working out well for him. Because look at that, almost 3,000 gold deficit in the side of Noto Mortbrow, and Colette's here in the bottom lane. They built this, and he will get cannon first.
Oh, he locks down cannon here. Force use the ultimate. They want to disengage, AEX. I mean, Noto Pork Barrel. But then, you know what? Right now, nobody's even considering Rift Herald or Dragon. It's all about pressuring the lane. At this moment, calculated, eating a lot of damage from Wind. And here comes the Spirit Rush! Spirit Rush in, that's one more stack! Ignite!
Oh, wow!
Wow, effortless kill by Wind.
They didn't even have to use the spooky ghosts there.
Yeah,
He used it right after.
Wants to, like some style points.
Yeah. So also I think the reason why, even if Mineski have this good leader, as this game has been progressing, not going in for a Rift Herald, there is still, the threat of Noto Pork Barrel's insane teamfight wombo combo. If you're able to, knock up the majority of members of Mineski and then be able to get damage from the advantages, but there's gonna be a 4-man life here. Oh, they see Maximilian, canceling his teleport. He got a kill onto Kaigo there, because Kaigo was a little bit too aggressive.
He used his ultimate.
Okay. There, well, happening at the top. He's taking a lot of damage from Maximilian. Still doesn't have his ultimate actually, so he'll get caught out by Maximilian.
Yeah, but here's the Rolling Stone. Managing to finish the kill.
Nice one.
Yeah, I know you
Rolling
like that, man.
Stone, fist bump,
Yeah,
fist
fist
bump.
bump. So anyway, here in the bottom lane.
Oh no, there's gonna be the last shot coming in from Tab. He will actually force Exo to flash, but there's the spooky ghost. Moving out of the win, just to add the support CC to at least allow Exo to have a safe distance against that two players from North Korea. Wow, but while that was happening, Colette soloing the dragon and checking out the vision of Northern Pork Barrel. They did not have any vision of this because you actually saw there that Tab went in for Exo rather than trying to stop Colette in the dragon area. And well, having an ultimate as well as your passive on the Zac, if you have knowledge of that, you could have just gone for the Mumu. But again, they didn't have the vision for it.
Exo. Yeah. And I think natakot sila sa ghosts. Nag-spooky ghost si Ahri. And then, of course, if you spot the spooky ghost, you cannot really tell kung nasaan yung leader. You will assume he's nearby. So therefore, you just hear the numbers advantage. Pero Ahri was just near the mid lane.
Yeah, that's true. I think you could tell naman where the direction of the owner is. Kung alam mo naman na, kunyari, pathway is only the river, and then you can see the spooky ghost going straight at you. So the direction that the owner might come from would most probably be kasi nakatutok yung owner.
But then you don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
if she's nearby.
Theoretically lang, yeah. Exactly. And again, spooky ghosts work even if you don't have vision. They still, heat or. But it's not heat seeking, so like. What about if like Lissandra? You can't heat sick Lissandra because she's all ice.
Oh, snap! Nice one.
Stop.
Parang sarcastic pagkasabi ko. Anyway.
I'm being serious on this one though, because you
Yeah.
can't see it as heat seeking. Guys, come on, you're in the Twitch chat. Please help us out. So while we're in the, the game has been paused. Let's have, sorry, before that, Mineski Pro Gaming League Season 7 League of Legends is brought to you by our sponsors, presented by Gigabyte, co-presented by GameX, official cyber cafe, Mineski Infinity.
And official monitor, ViewSonic, and official gaming partner.
So, Colette here, his first attempt in the top lane, will it be successful? Maximilian actually has a mix of resistances here. Has the armor, has the magic resist, but his build right now is a jack of all trades, nothing too focused on in terms of his build. Man, and wow, this is gonna go.
Whoa!
Exo takes a lot of damage there.
Look at that, even exhaust being dropped onto the AD carry of Mineski. Exo gently, meanwhile, trapped.
GG here.
GG, right there. Is he gonna trap? Gently,
Oh,
meanwhile,
down!
here comes now. He doesn't knock up anyone, but right now here comes the knock
Gently!
as well. PG
Wow.
will fall from that battle. They are outnumbered. Here comes Win. What will he do? He has the charm, but it misses. Thunder again. Cam doesn't knock up anybody. Here comes Calculated Spirit Rush. Will be forced out a win. And that is the battle being over. Charm doesn't connect. Again, Win still taunting the members of No to Park Battle. They're trying to delay them. But why? But why?
Oh, no,
Kaigo,
Kaigo!
why? And here comes Jump Brothers. One more on attack. And the Thunderlords Kulit going back into the battle and going back to lane dahil wala nang ibang natirang members from Mineski.
Gotta respect Kaigo that there's still Tam in there. It didn't have the vision though, but after a very recent clash like that, you should know that at least one or two members from the enemy team are in the vicinity.
Grabe, bawing-bawi yung Tristana. Sa totoo lang. But then, the power spike siguro mas maganda for Gomez.
Yeah,
Going for the big build.
I'm not a fan of a Iceborne Gaunts because
That's like season.
What? Stop.
Okay.
4 or 5 because I was well, the problem with having a Iceborne Gaunts for this particular patch is that it works better with high armor champions because of the change on the slow factor. Granted, I think it could still be used as a soft CC tool.
Wait, low armor champs or
high armor champs like Malphite.
They're there. Everything's there for the high armor.
No, I meant for the Iceborne Gaunts on Exo.
Kung kung tanky ka.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Akala ko against tanky champ.
Yeah. Okay. But wow, actually Maximilian on the team. She does snap vision of Colette and Wind. Gonna say, okay.
Oh, he's flexing his muscles instead. Who's gonna get the kill?
Going to go to TG.
Okay.
He wants to get the last hit. Gets the second kill for himself. So back again to how Exo is building. I don't think it's as effective as it was before.
Yeah.
Especially, Iceborne Gun that's not having that power stacking anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, no follow-up there from Cannon's engage.
I can understand the mana, but it's just other stats. It's not as before.
Yeah.
And well, with this kind of setup, I would think Gen V has stabilized in terms of the ADR item spikes. When he gets possibly a rapid fire cannon for the extra range or the static ship for the wave play, he's gonna have more damage than Exo. Exo still has to stack up that mana moving into a Aura mana.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was thinking
Maybe they want a cheap ba ngayon yung gauntlets? Kasi even though yung CS niya mas mababa, he still got 2 items.
Well, mana Mule is dirt cheap, like 2020 to 2000. I can't remember.
So we're assuming that Mineski wants to
Go
for a faster power spike, but then he will fall off later on if ever yung game, kasi they have to end this pressure on the lane, which is they're doing it right ngayon kasi Wind is not leaving the mid lane. Calculated, I assume dapat maganda sana kung mag-teleport siya kasi hindi niya talaga mapapatay yung RU in the first place. And they're really good with the team fights. They calculated the teleport better.
The only reason right now why I think Mineski is slowing down the pace is because they already finished their objective, which was to at least get Cartgate behind the mid lane, and they got the mid tier one push. The problem now is because of the blunder of EXO in that bottom lane, they allowed AEX to at least get back the gold. They're just like 1,000 gold away from tying it up with Mineski. And the problem with that is that now AEX are starting to at least get some damage on their damage which is Genvi, and then he's followed up against CC, making it difficult for Mineski to do anything because again they don't have counter engage unless the Ice Pillar is just on point. But even with that, again, solid fix, just battling for the stop. So what is happening here? Bottom lane clash though gonna happen for no to pork barrel. Mineski they're backing off. It looks like it will just be teaching the top lane pushing that tier 1 might get caught up in there. Gets the initiate. Mike only gets the 1-9 SS, but look at this. It's slowly starting to himself run up Mineski. There's a nice pop-up onto Axo! He's gonna get bursted down and Kygo will follow through. And Mineski, what were they doing there?
Wow, do not forget the better initiates are coming in from Notopor barrel here. And this is what I'm talking about. The mid-game fights is their favorite, and this is what they want. Notopor barrel. Genvi actually going in, including Cam. TG's forced to use a flash, so he won't get knocked up.
Wow, TG there looks like he wanted to re-engage onto Genvi, and then he says, whoa, there's gonna be this, this blob going in flash away.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. Pero, teleport was used by Maximilian.
Yeah, perfect teleport actually. He arrived a second before Cannon got that 2-man pulverize.
Wow.
And followed up with another knockback. And then that just turned everything for Mineski. Because, well, Wind isn't actually in a spot to do something that aggressive because of how safe Tristana is, and then even if he goes in on to Calculated already has a little bit of resistance, and he also still has his Sanguine Pool.
Yeah.
So if he goes in on to Genvi, Wind here, he might get caught out by again the CC heavy team of Noto Pork Barrel, and then Mineski lost one of their damage dealers, which is EXO, and EXO. I'm really not sure about this Iceborne itemization. Granted, he is going for, I believe, the Lord Dominic's Regard for, against these high HP champions. But, again, itemization-wise for EXO, I'm not approving of this. I think there's more, better itemizations.
Yeah, he could have gone for... Or what could have you gone for?
If it was me, I would have gone for an Essence Reaver and Trinity Force.
Yeah, the Triforce.
Yeah,
that's true. Essence Reaver, really good on yun nga, Ezreal. Pero I'd like to comment earlier, the positioning of Genvi, he knows how to back away. When he was in the front line earlier, he got exhausted. Perfect, naglakad siya pabalik towards the tanky Noto Park Barrel members. Yeah.
Yes.
So, that was a great controlled, sustained team fight ng Noto Pork Barrel. And do not forget, even though natalo sa lane si Calculated, like sobrang talo sa lane, pagdating ng late game, it's gonna be really hard to eliminate Vladimir.
Yeah, and also the reason why he's not, being a detriment for his teammates is because of how they set up their composition. Again, it's all about the CCs from these three beasts here, the Malphite, the Zac, and the Alistar. And when that happens, when they get the CC in, Calculate all he has to do is just drop down his skills, and he still has good damage. He has the Blasting Wand almost into the Abyssal Scepter, and then the Will of the Ancients already in his pocket, so at least he deals good damage while the opponents are CC'd. That damage is at least consistent, but the problem with Mineski is their damage is there, but they can't dish it out because of how, again, Noto Pork Barrel has made their composition.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, the charm actually misses there.
What happened?
I super agree with you. Anyway,
Okay.
Asurai.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Calculated getting the blue buff there. Wind still continuing to pressure the mid lane, hindi siya aalis dyan. And that is understandable kasi your strength is there. Pero no matter how advanced Ari is, Zac still prefers to create fights in the bottom.
Yeah, because again, kahit nun, sabi mo na nga, Wind is already winning against Calculating, but Wind hasn't actually used his advantage in the way that Mineski will just, close this game out faster because of, well, some of the misplays that they actually did. Because dun din sa Clash ngayon in the Dragon area, Ed only hit Tam with his Curse of his Sad Mummy. That's not what you want to do with the Mumu Ultimate. If you get only one person, you're gonna feel... I feel, a little bit disappointed with that one.
Yeah, because they invested so much on a target that isn't actually relevant. I mean,
Yeah, it's
parang,
not that relevant.
yeah, that relevant in terms of dealing off damage. A person meanwhile, Maximilian actually uses the ultimate, but that glacial path will just make TG safer.
Well, TG's itemization is, the static or the default items for Lissandra, which is a lot of ages into that Zonia's Hourglass, so it's more of the team fight, sustain team fight rather than impressive.
Wow! Look at the personal damage coming in from EXO, but the true shot barrage will not be enough. They're just gonna pressure the AD carry out just to secure turrets, but here comes Cannon trying to take some time for the tower to be alive.
Yeah.
Pero he should be ready.
Back to what I was saying, more of the team fight. Cannon here might get caught out. This is 3-1 dive with the bottom team. His ultimate pushes back EXO, but this is surviving. Here comes Maximilian. High is last hit onto that bottom one. Engage. Calculating as well as Tam positioning themselves into the bottom lane.
Wow, look at that! Everybody's in the bottom lane now. Actually, Ari will decide to go back dahil alam niya wala nang nangyayari dun. That could have been a good play if Malphite had ultimate weapon. There could have been a super back.
Yeah, because there wasn't any, of closer members of Mineski. It was all to note Pork Barrel having more of their members there. And like you said, if only Maximilian had the ultimate, that would have been, has resulted in more kills. But they did get the top tier 1, and they're now rotating to the mid lane, getting this mid tier 1. And Mineski right now are trying to find a solution on how to close out this game because, well, these small mishaps that Mineski have been doing throughout this game. I mean, in the early game, they were phenomenal. I mean, seriously phenomenal. They were like 3,000 gold advantage below 15 minutes, and that's a huge lead. But all the crashes from after that just weren't enough, and there's something about it.
Oh, that's a teleport from the Malphite. That's what it manages to lock down 3 people. Calculated will slip under the foot. They're taking a lot of damage. Genvi getting exhausted. EXO being relatively full up the cannon. Kaigo, 1 hit left, manages to escape. He goes back in to drop the pillar. Calculated locked down, but he's super healthy as of this moment. Tam jumps back in. Pero TG in trouble. Tumalon. See Tristana and Kaigo forces to flash away. Calculated leading the front line. Shut down na po ngayon. Si Genvi, where's the Ari? I don't see you. Actually, nandun siya. And that is a nice charm. Calculated will be the next one to go down. The slows coming in from the Iceborne Gauntlet. Wala nang mapupuntahan si Maximilian. And wow, Mineski just turned around that fight.
Alright, so it all comes down to Pork Barrel losing Genvi as well as Calculated. They're only damage numbers, and they find Tam, so that's going to be a 4-for-3 trade-off in terms of the kills.
What?
Yeah. Alright, so breaking down that clash just a little bit.
Okay.
Pork Barrel actually had a very nice wall that, at least allowed Genvi and Calculated to survive, but the problem was Pork Barrel burst the wall. They were, initiating on to win EXO. EXO got away as well as win. They tried to go in the lead, that's what they killed. But the problem also was, I think, was Maximilian only got the one
Maximilian?
Yeah, the Malphite. So he wasn't able to maximize that, Malphite ultimate. But he got a good ultimate clash before, but the problem now is he wasn't able to at least position himself well, or he could have saved it, his ultimate a little bit more, because having the knockup on his dead, and then he just got in and cancelled his ultimate there.
Yeah, akala niya siguro he'd catch
Yeah,
more than one,
and then
pero
and then no to pork barrel were a little bit too
greedy.
confident. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
currently had no right to be that mid lane without his teammates. He got charged by Will and he just pushed him down. And well, Maximilian as well as Tam were just in really awkward situations that they got caught out.
Yeah. And that was actually known to pork barrel. But as you said, they got too confident. They could have backed off when their cooldowns were already down. And they searched for more kills and nakita nila si Kai meron pa palang flash. They did not anticipate that. And they lost the battle that they could have won. And because of that, Mineski, back into this game, they have the gold lead again. And they have to be careful in the next fight dahil yun nga ang gusto ng Empire ng No to Pork Barrel. They love this fight. But right now, they have to be careful and manage well that because of what they did, they have to time their cooldowns. And sabi mo kanina, Malphite did not throw down the, what do you call this? The unstoppable force onto one target, just like the Curse of the Sad Mummy. Kanina, 3 ang na-caught out. Attacks lang yun. That is the reason why panalo sa pork barrel. But then, dahil sa mistake ng no to pork barrel in that team fight, Mineski took advantage of that. And right now, ano kaya ang gagawin ng no to pork barrel? They're pinging the Baron. Are they planning to do a bait here?
It's possible, because if they actually go in for the Baron, that's gonna be a very bad decision because of, well, no to pork barrel are good in the small areas, but so is Mineski. I mean, you have all of that AoE damage, and when you go into that Baron pit, you just maximize the damage output. Not to anything, but currently getting caught out here by Kaigo as well as Exo. Might get, insta-gift here. There you go. Shutdown goes into Exo, and now Maximilian in a situation against TG, gets the ultimate from Colette, but what is happening? Look at Win, he's gonna go in onto Genvi, and Maximilian tries to go to knock up onto the Ari, but the kill has already been made, and he gave another kill for Mineski. Right now, Empire X are in just weird positions. They're getting played with by Mineski.
That was so weird for no pork barrel. They were practically everywhere. They were messy in that fight. I don't think that was even a fight. It was just them getting caught out. And right now they're giving up.
Oh, that's almost.
And that was a nice attempt. You know, that's the only option they could have done.
Yeah, I mean, it's go for broke for that one. I mean,
yeah.
It would have just been another kill for Mineski, but if at least, like you said, no to pork barrel gets the Baron, they can at least stop this much more effective sieging, or a much more effective sieging than what Mineski would have if they had the, the Baron buff.
Yeah. And that puts no to pork barrel more behind in the game. The gold lead is very troubling distance now, and Spooky Ghosts. Woo.
Oh.
Yeah, it can attack. 2-target charm lands on Wind. I don't care how tanky you are. Half HP agad ng Alistar.
Well, he only has, the face of the mountain and the Locket of the Arn Solari.
But there's still more stuff.
Yeah.
With the Rabadon, so expected, really painful against these tanky champions. And Wind, no? Ganda ng KA niya. 1-6! I got a Tam! Guess not. Didn't pala.
It's gonna go into Genvi, and wow, just one tick of that Spirit Rush puts Genvi to 340 HP. So imagine if that 3 Spirit Rushes hit Genvi. It's gonna be a lot of damage. Or was it Fox 5?
I'm not.
It's either one.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. Alright, so with that mid tier 2 push and only the bot tier 2 as well as top tier 2 remaining, Mineski will decide to go for that bot tier 2. Maximilian as well as Genvi using their ultimate. So right now, a no to pork barrel are in a very good position. There's the ultimate coming out of TG. He's gonna go in with the open. Exo gets the burst onto the AR of No Support Barrel, and it's just Mineski cleaning out the members of No Support Barrel here. Just like he's tanking that bot tier 3. He might go down. Yes, he will. Kill goes to the Maximilian side. And Exo here, a little bit too overconfident, aren't you, buddy? You're gonna get caught out by Cartley. Gets killed there, but Wind might avenge his fallen comrade. He goes in for the Spirit Rush. There is the Zonia's gold post. Might go in for some stylish points. Oh, he still survives! Misses the charm! And Wind right now has, like you said, no mana. He might go down.
Normal attack.
He doesn't have flash anymore, so... Oh, wow.
Shutdown. Wow.
Sayang, if Arculated didn't use that Sanguine Pool, Wind might have actually gotten the kill.
Yeah, just... That was a... they were too aggressive in Mineski, the tower dive. They could have gotten a tower, but instead they aimed for the kill. I think TG was the first person to initiate the fight. He wasn't even sabi ko, he has Zonias, pero hindi niya ginamit. I was expecting him to use it. Siguro the CCs were too much. Hindi niya napindot yung one. I assume Zonias is in fight.
For Wind?
Wala, joke lang. No, for TG, kasi siya yung start ng fight.
Oh yeah, but it's not...
Slot, oh! Slot, ano? Slot 8.
Slot 5.
Wait, did I say 8? Anyway.
Yeah, you are.
yeah. So, AEX, for Kral managed to delay pa their stage 3. Pero they still got this. They still have a chance. I guess the gold lead lang yung medyo nakaka-over.
Yeah, 8,000 gold lead, 36 minutes in. Very sizable lead in terms of like the game time. Oh, look at this, Maximilian gonna get himself... Oh, sorry. I thought he was gonna get himself into far side programs there.
Yeah.
I think TG was just stacking up. Oh, yeah, pag tatlo yun. Oh, 15 gold into my pocket. Nice.
I think the difference right now with the upcoming fights is when Lissandra decides to go in on Tristana, kasi yun yung talagang pinaka-practical na target for the Frozen. It's the Tristana. But Tristana has business already, so the team fight will definitely go to this time. Pero no Baron buff for Mineski. Win! Actually, almost getting caught out there by Tam. The knock-up doesn't work out. I've seen a lot of knock-ups by Tam, but hindi matama.
Yeah. I guess it's all about that, Oh yeah, you got me on that one.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess it's all about... I forgot what I was supposed to say! My gosh!
Kaya mo yan!
Right, before that, I do, trying to remember what I'm trying to refer to you guys. Top lane though is well defended by X here, but TG in the bottom lane gonna split push. He does have his teleport up, so this will at least alarm into Port Barrel to put someone there to counter TG. Oh, tap here, a bit too aggressive, buddy, but you're already 50% HP. Might as well go back. There's the true shot barrage by the Ezreal. Or does see time, he does get charmed in, and little by little, his HP is going lower and lower as Mineski are gonna clean off or get this top tier 2 very cleanly, as still TG in the bottom lane is
Not hammering down, but
he's getting the attention of Maximilian, the one true guy in the Port Barrel who can initiate and can't be stopped.
Wow, that was a good charm by Win. Tam was actually about to go in again with the elastic slingshot, then got denied by the charm. They're doing this really well. They're doing the 4-0-1 pressure on the lanes against No to Park Barrel, and I think they have a good wave clear. Siguro ang naisip ko lang dito sa Gauntlet, isn't it another alternative for sort of solving the problem for the wave clear victory? Correct? Kasi it creates an AoE. Yun nga, it creates an AoE. So, hold that thought.
Top as Kaiko takes a lot of damage, might go down, but he uses the subjugate, so at least gets it back. Look, this Gentry so low in HP, and another max range band toss from Colette will get the kill. Here's the teleport coming in from Maximilian, who's so late right now. He's only going to get the kill. on to win. That was just a consolation prize. There's Cannon losing the head, but at least, save his buddy, his comrade, but that will not work out. And it will be a 1-for-4 trade in favor of Mineski. Top tier 3 going down as well as the inhibitor. And Mineski right now have successfully opened the base of Empire X, and it looks like they want to finish this off.
Wow, that was a great. I mean, it was a 4v4. None of the top positions there. But the damage is just so overwhelming. And the comp of knowing the pork barrel isn't gonna work without the Malphite. That's such a key unstoppable force for the pork barrel to work. But yeah, 40 minutes in, great performance for both teams. But of course, Mineski.
Alright, so guessing doon na lang sa Iceborne, because right now, I was checking the Twitch chat, medyo pinagsabi nila Iceborne isn't bad item. I'm agreeing with you, it's not a bad item, but also I think the reason why they went for the Iceborne for now is to allow at least some, AoE slow when EXO uses his Mystic Shot. But in terms of the damage, I would say Triforce. But again, Mineski were able to finish this game off really, really well.
Yeah.
There was this one point in the mid game where Empire X might have gotten a win, but I would just say that Mineski have a much more clear idea of how to at least play while a little bit behind.
Yeah.
They got a lot of good clashes after their small blunders in the mid game. And then Empire X, like, I don't know, parang pumunta sa kanila yung nangyari sa Mineski in the mid game,
Yeah.
which translated into the late game. That was Maximilian not being there for his teammates, not being able to, get the initiates, and then Tam, again, like you said, not having the best days for his elastic slingshots.
Yeah, actually. Very, very important pa naman din yun to start off the fight. You cannot just rely on the unstoppable force all the time and the knock-up ni Alistar. Pero yeah, this is a best of 3 series. We still have potentially 2 more games, but we'll see if Mineski finish this off early or babawi yung no to pork barrel.
Yeah, so we'll be back after a very short break. Again, guys, this is the Mineski Pro Gaming League Season 7 League of Legends, brought to you by Gigabyte, co-presented by GameX, official cyber cafe, Mineski Infinity. Oh.
Yes, and for the official monitor, we have ViewSonic and official gaming partner, Garena.
Yes, and we're Shoutcasters for this evening. I'm, of course, Asurai with an eye, and alongside here with me is
Riku!
And we'll be right back.